Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Supreme Ruler Ultimate, episode number 22, and the Council on Advancement of the Military, or whatever we want to call it, Department of Defense has met, and they've isolated a few technologies, not all of them, but at least a few that might possibly lead the way to further breakthroughs in military technology. And what that means in game parlance is I went through the upgrades list, and these things that I've queued up here are a list of just some of the things we should be upgrading, that we should be researching, I should say, in order to get an upgraded version. And oftentimes, these upgrades just are a better version of themselves. So, for the M42 Duster, it's very good at close range or against helicopters or when it's being attacked itself. It's a very, very high attack value, 41 at 10 kilometers, but it's not very good overall. And it leads to an upgrade, which is also not that good overall. This is probably one we'll just pause. We really don't need that one anytime soon. Airborne leads to an upgraded Airborne, just basically another Airborne later. And again, the Green Berets and the Navy SEALs and all these Special Forces stuff are going to be better. So we don't really need that either. I didn't even look up what every single one of these leads to. So, well, I don't know. I spent a long time getting this list. I was just going one by one through all the upgraded lists. There's definitely a way I can shorten this. Now there is some strange behavior where basically what I'm looking at is a list of which items I'm listing. I sorted the entire unit production list that the United States is capable of having by year of production. So I assume that the ones of interest are going to be close to the year. And if I started from like 1945 when I started doing it this time. By the way, we'll let the war trickle on in the background as a screensaver of sorts while I'm talking here. So I let the war trickle on. I'm sorry. This is why I didn't have the war trickling on in the background. 3 days, by the way. It's only 3 days until Green Berets finished, and then we have to make our decision on what we want to actually upgrade first. And probably for the most part, I want to pause all of these. I think that some of them are actually pretty good candidates. So the G and the Hercules, I think these are both good candidates. We'll start with the B-52G. The G itself is not better than the D, but maybe the H is. I don't remember even having the H, but... okay, so what was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yes, I was talking about the Excel spreadsheet that I'm looking at. It's just a list of all the United States units. I sorted it by year. And then I put the column that has whether or not the unit can upgrade to something else or unlocks another unit for upgrade. I put that, Albania's here. And they are fielding T-34-85s. Huh. That is some turret traversal. Wow, look at that. Anyway, so I just have to scroll down the list. And I look and, probably 80, 85, maybe even 90% of them don't upgrade to anything, so you just keep scrolling. You just stop whenever you see something in this column. Okay, there's one in this column. Let me look. What is it? Oh, the MIM-14B C Nike Hercules. Okay, so let's make sure we queue that up. And I believe I already had that one queued up at some point. Maybe not. So maybe we do need to go over and make sure that that gets queued up. Maybe I don't have access to it yet. Or maybe... Gosh, I thought for sure that we had already queued it up. But I'm not... No, I'm not seeing it. It is what technology? So it's the first of its kind. I guess we probably haven't unlocked it yet. And it will unlock future tech. So it's a 1958 tech. We're getting pretty close to that. We should expect to be ahead of time in a lot of techs, which, yeah, it does make me confused why we don't see it. Is it here? There it is. All right, everything makes sense. Okay, good. So unit design complete. This is the Green Berets. The only reason why we want to pause, we don't really need to pause, but we are just going to start cranking these out. I'm going to use my left hand even to click this so many times because my right hand already has enough stress of dealing with a mouse. Let's do maybe 50. I mean, we can probably get as many of these as we really want. Let's get... I honestly don't know if we need 70. But the Green Berets are going to be good for almost indefinitely. They're going to be very, very good for a long, long time. And considering how many Rangers we got, okay. I will trim this list down a little bit. We'll make it like an even 60. Oops. How many is that I've gotten? 25. Oh, I made life harder on myself. 3 more. So that should be, yep, there it is. So that's 60 total. That seems like a good number considering we have 46 Rangers. Alright, back to the action over here. Ooh, this encircled unit, they're waiting. They want to kill it, but they can't. And this little line, I mean, you can still, in my head, although I'm not paying as close attention to all the going on. So, whoop, on pause. I'm not paying as close of attention to the ebb and flow, as the last episode was called, of the war. But it's pretty interesting to watch. It does make a really nice screensaver. Okay, so now back to the upgrade stuff. We obviously have way too many upgrades, more than we can... We're going to have to pick and choose. We'll never run into a problem where we don't know what to research again. And had I, been more diligent and had the Department of Defense prepared this previously, we probably would have been in really good shape researching things at that time as well. But that's neither here nor there. We don't really... There's no benefit, and we can't undo the past, right? So anyway, I have this nice list up next to me now. It is residing on my second monitor. I hope that doesn't slow down the game too much. But I went all the way up to like 1962, and I'll pick it up in the next... Ooh, we had to jump there because I was not... If the game is not in focus, it doesn't seem to update. So let me make sure that it's in focus as much as possible. The only thing I might do is jump across to the other screen and close the Excel spreadsheet now that I know that, yeah, pretty much we're not going to need... We're not going to... excuse me, we're not going to need to look at any more upgrades. Okay, Supply Center in Olympia. Okay, that's that. We have reasonably good supply here. We're building our launch pads, but let's go ahead and get another. Why not? So that is a nice investment, even though these are not actually that expensive anyway. That is a quite nice investment of future military capabilities. A lot of Green Berets, and will they see action? Who knows? Because we have this interesting situation. It's like a perfectly balanced edge. Perfectly balanced sword or whatever, just resting on its edge. Oh, is this New Zealand? Whoop. It's not anything anymore. They've surrendered, we'll say. It's just really interesting this unit still has not been destroyed, like, huh. Okay, well, labor shortage is still 2.8%. We've built another supply. I mean, I'm not sure we're helping our situation here. We'll go up to the second fastest, which is normally not what I want to do when we're at war, but we're not at war, right? It's just the game is at war. I don't want any weird hiccups. We still have our carrier fleet in the area. I'm wondering if we should just send these guys back and get the aircraft repaired. We can probably get them repaired. Let's see if they repair even in the Philippines. Because there's a base right there. Well, I guess we can spend a little bit of time going through this list and figuring out what we want to do next. So I guess that B-52 was absorbed into the list. At some point, by the way, we might need to pause some of these, which I'm completely okay to do. Oh, look at this. Our anti-submarine Grumman S2F 3S tracker is almost complete. Very cool. I'll probably even build some of these just in case we run into spy issues. Or maybe... Yeah, on second thought, I know what, I'll probably just leave them as a researched tool that we don't need to construct until we have the problem. Don't need to build the tool unless we have the situation we need to use the tool for, which in this case would be spies. I don't know. Actually, this thing does not have ground attack, so never mind. It won't ground attack anyway. So we need one which has the anti-submarine precision spotting, but then also has ground attack. That's what I've been told is one way to deal with spies. And why would I even consider that? Oh, I don't want to... I hope we don't get to the point where... I mean, I basically aborted the game because of this issue, where once you provoke the Soviet Union by sending even a single spy to do anything, even just reconnaissance, they flood you with spies. Multiple a day. It's horrendous. And yeah, like I said, I quit one of my games because of that. It was that frustrating. Okay, so we'll line up the next. We definitely do want one to line up next. Lots of good options here. I mean, you can see a lot of the upgrade stuff are planes, like the F-104A. I don't even know if this one upgrades, frankly. The F-104A, it should upgrade, but I don't know if we can build it. And then there's the F-104C, which appeared on the United States build log. But I didn't see, I'm guessing, the F-104B in the list. So it's a little bit strange. We do want to, I think we've got to go through the Hercules line, if for nothing else than to get the AC-130 eventually. So let's put that one next. We do want the Sea King ASW. That's, I think, a no-brainer to pick up. I'm mildly interested in the Neptune upgrade because the Neptune itself is a pretty decent sea patrol aircraft. So, the Red Eye, this is the, yeah, good reaction time. I wonder what the upgrade looks like. Probably a very short research time. This is, it builds in 10 days. What is it, research in? 30. Wow, yeah, that's really quick. But well, that's fine. We have 2 ready to go. We'll save. How many are we going to need? 1. And microscopy is going to give us 2 things. So then we'll actually have to end up pausing one of them. And as I said, that's completely okay. Now, what else can we be doing in the meantime here? I'm not sure. Let's take a look at our usual statistics. Oh, they're up to 21 now. 2150. Take a look at the usual, which is basically the suicide count, current suicide count at Leningrad. So last episode we sent a bunch of these ships to repair. I guess that they have finished their repairs. Sometimes we should double check actually. Sometimes they... No, yeah, they're all good. Alright, very good. And a whole cluster of forces here. So I think I'm going to pick a Cleveland, if I can find one. Yeah. Now let's grab this is Cleveland, right? No, this is a Brooklyn. Darn it. Okay, this is a Cleveland. Yeah. And then let's just grab every single one of these in view. Okay, good. Now let's get all the Clevelands, there should be a lot of them actually, to one particular area. We'll send them over here for a little bit of vacation before they get into the fight. I actually just want all of them together because then we're going to start dispersing them all around Japan and Korea. Particle detectors. We probably should be helping out. Another thing, I mean, if we wanted to make money, which we have no need for at present, we could start selling technology, but it's not really necessary right now. And we already talked about how we will kind of cut back on our selling of military goods. let's see, how many are leaning? Okay, so 20 are non-aligned, nobody is NATO leaning, 29 are NATO aligned, 20 are Warsaw Pact aligned, and 14 are Warsaw Pact leaning. So, I mean, it's just a number. In this little grid, Monaco, or is Monaco a nation? But, because they have, I don't know, for whatever reason, they have Andorra. Andorra is worth as much on this scale as, well, the United States. The United States is one blue block, and Andorra, should it be, well, it's a non-aligned, so it's one of these grays. Maybe. I don't know, maybe they don't specifically even count it, but they it looks like they claim they do, 20 non-aligned, and if I had to guess, I suppose Andorra is on there. Alright, we probably shouldn't be looking here. Let's go back to the affair. The affair, quote unquote. I think if I had to guess, I would say that they're pushing back towards Danong. Try not to yawn. Gosh, why do I always record so late? The Mark 1 Boy Scout, that never ceases to amaze me, that they have something called the Mark 1 Boy Scout. South Africa, which I believe is now allied to the Soviet Union. But I think doing trade kind of helps your relationship, your worldwide viewpoint, perspective, whatever. So we should probably try to do trade with other people for really anything we might need. And rubber's, for the moment, in good shape, but like, what are we doing as far as uranium goes? We claim we will buy it at 4. Wow, we're probably making a, I guess we're making a steady improvement. Let's go to 5. How much do we get? 1.012. Well, 0.013. Waiting. Oh man, this is slow. I can't wait for this war to end. And then, you know, when we start a new war, we go to war with China, we're going to need it to go very slow. Mexico's being a good neighbor. And there's Portugal making a strong push. Alright, so let's get these aircraft that will be, and currently are, on this. Fly, yeah, there. Let's see if they can repair. I don't know if they will. They should. I think they should slowly over time repair. I remember that happening when I was fighting in Korea. Oh wow, okay, the aerospace engineer. So I guess we can build satellites now. It says we need more for the communications, so maybe we can't build satellites yet. What's the next? Modern ballistic missiles leads to all kinds of designs. Multi-stage rockets, maybe? No. Yeah, I don't know. I frankly can't remember. Right, the tracker. That's right. 2.8. Setting the Sea King in. And then we don't want to do any other one because when microscopy finishes, Frankly, even the C-130 is not... we're gonna have to pause it anyway, because we don't want it to enter the queue. We want both of these things to enter the queue immediately. So this one can't. Ah, I see. So it'll be a 1-for-1 trade. Microscopy advances, finishes, and basic holography enters the queue. And then what do we have to look forward to? Yeah, this is definitely pushing back towards Danong. It really is like crazy back and forth. I have to applaud the game. It's pretty interesting. Like when there was this huge stretch down here, I was just role-playing in my head the potential articles about this like long road that the Chinese are using still to get access to their troops. There was something I was thinking we could look at. Okay, let's sync. So one thing I haven't done is, I think we have troops. Yeah, good. We have some troops that have landed here. I didn't move them forward or do anything yet. Just get them out of the harbor so I can see where they are. Do have some rangers all the way. Okay, up there. That's good. And what is going on here? This is not something we control. Okay. So I think we have with Thailand already all the basic agreements. Yeah. Yeah, literally every single one, which is good. Even a formal alliance? I didn't know we have a formal alliance with them. Holy cow. Yeah, we're allied with Thailand. Okay, that's really good. That means that should anybody think about messing with Thailand, like China, we will be called in with full provocation. I mean, we will have no negative consequences with responding to a call to arms. And Nepal is slowly liking us more and more. Still no criminal extradition, huh? They don't like us that much. Yeah, civilian rating is not helping, but the diplomatic rating should hopefully slowly push that up. Oh, we have enough conquerors here, do we? Or do we? The river's gonna be a kind of tough thing. We would want marines in that area. Our rangers, I don't think they are amphibious. That might be their one shortcoming. Yeah, they are not. Are the Green Berets? I think Green Berets are everything. Yeah, they are. So the Green Berets, you wouldn't have to worry about this issue, but for some reason the Rangers, you still will. Okay, so we got, it was I think I remember 1.012. Almost nothing from this increase in price. We'll drop it back down. Let's find out who the major people are. There's like nobody. Okay, so the market is just dead. There's nothing going on here. Producing it would be at twice the market value. We don't really want that. Not that you always have a choice, but right now we do. So if we tried to build even one enterprise, our entire stockpile of uranium would be gone. That's kind of funny to think about. Alright, well maybe we can deploy some more troops now. Since the Rangers, I'm still a little hesitant to deploy them because I would rather deploy better troops. I still would. What are these? No, these are Corsairs. That's actually a good fit. I like that. We do have a few of our amphibious landing craft. Huge amphibious landing craft. So at some point we will start putting rubber plantations everywhere, but I usually do like to wait for the 3.0 unemployment figure. So we'll wait for that still. Oh wow, yeah, okay. Danong is once again in peril of falling. I think that this, I just have a sense, I don't know where it comes from, but I have a sense that this is slowly what the fate of the Vietnam will be. First of all, as units fall, they won't come back. China can very easily produce and send units down. I don't think it's as easy. Oh, look at that. The Green Berets, first wave already completed. Fantastic. Now, if we did everything right, there's one spot for exactly one technology. Alright, that did work out. And then as soon as it pops in, we'll plop the C-130A back down. Oh, okay. Not only that, but apparently some other things. So the Nike Hercules finished. And more importantly, improved waste management finished. Did improved waste management lead to something? I thought it would. I'm gonna actually take a look at that technology. It's probably society, improved waste management. So it does lead to two things, but neither of them are currently accessible. So, okay. And that itself subtracts 10% from the pollution, and output of industrial goods up by 2%. Now the first one doesn't affect us. Pollution is not modeled into the game, unfortunately, but we can roleplay it. Oh, it's wonderful. We're cleaning up our act over here. Yeah, and here's the good news. Oh wow, high performance. This is going to be good. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't do anything by itself, but I remember this being very important. It actually unlocks Air Force production, but the industrial infrastructure one should lead to really good stuff. Lots of stuff. Oh my gosh, that's the gateway. This is the gate holder, the gatekeeper. So that is the highest priority to get in there. For now, we get to choose two technologies to just slowly make some progress with. I'm kind of interested in seeing, like, let's take a look at this, the Skyhawk. Because the A4, this is like a name I'm familiar with. Very good seat attack, and it's carrier capable. Pretty good ground defense. Not bad. Seems like a very reasonable aircraft, actually. To be honest, I don't think these values are particularly high, 30 and 32. So we probably have some, here's the Thunder Chief, 30 and 32 versus this one's 34 and 42. Lower sea attack, and the Thunder Chief has lower ground defense capability. 54 versus, yeah, about the same. All right, well we'll get the Skyhawk at some point. I don't think this is going to be a thing we end up building. Like, this is a low reaction time, but it does have an upgrade. And how long does this research supposed to take? This is, oh wow, it's 130 days. My goodness, we'll save that one for a rainy day. But I mean, okay, so the basic missile truck, that's a one that we're absolutely going to need. This upgrades to the next missile whatever thing. So we just want to keep getting those to keep upgrading. What was we have the basic right now? Oh, we don't even have it. That is the basic is what we need to research. Okay, well, we'll do that. So those two will be in the queue just for a moment. And then, oh well, I guess the modern industrial infrastructure is the only thing which is going to start. Air Force, but Air Force is very close to finishing, but it won't finish quite yet. Let's keep looking ahead. We don't need to worry about that. That's unit design, but military vessels 57. Alright, leads to the Gulf, the Barbell, Foxtrot, which is definitely those golf and Foxtrot. For any of you who have watched the Cold Waters series, which is a Cold War era submarine game, I think the main intention of the developers was to have you play something like the Narwhal, or probably more even just the Los Angeles class. Anyways, these names sound familiar to me because, Oh, and there's also U-boat coming out, and what's the one that the co-op one that just appeared? I forgot the name, but okay. So for us, Narwhal. That's for France. Romeo, another Russian submarine. France is getting a whole bunch. Here we go. So CGN-9 Long Beach. Oh yeah! I thought we already had this one as a possibility to research, but I believe I'm thinking of when I played this game last time, the Cold War start, I mean. Oh, Danong held on. That was one of my focuses, was should I get that one, Long Beach or not? I had asked big questions about it. So orbital telemetry, okay, Launchpad and telemetry are both done. Oh, now can I build satellites? Still no. Okay. Don't care. 32.1. Yes, and yes, probably. Definitely yes to Mexico. Interesting. They're offering 480 and they're requesting 400. That's the first time I've ever seen the AI, not the first time I'm sure, but we will actually accept that one. I don't think it might make a pretty big difference in our military goods. Well, we're producing a lot though, so it's fine. Apparently we were using a lot for a while because our stockpile is less than a year. I heard some bombing going on. Oh, here they are. LA-9M. Well, you know what? I might just call this video to an early close. No, let's go. I'm gonna push to the 40-minute mark. It's about 39. I'm sorry, it's about 33 right now. Feels a little like I feel like I'm walking in muddy boots, or I'm walking in tar. The game feels that way this time. There's been a lot of pauses. Cannot wait for China to defeat them so we have just a couple moments of peace. So the military vessels, that's what we're looking at. We got distracted by the CGN-9 Long Beach. Sverdlov, not ours, obviously not a fantastic vessel, I believe, but not, unfortunately, it's not in our hands. Obviously the Charles Adams is. And this, I think it's a tough decision between the Gearing Fram and the Charles Adams. I'll have to look at these closely. 380 at 66 for anti-submarine. Well, 380 at 66 is blown out of the water by 395 at 107. But wait, are these? I think these are actually just both options. Did we already look at them over here? Yeah, so we can just look at it very easily right here. 624, so this gearing gets into we're getting into really the true missile destroyers. Even though this one's not even technically a missile destroyer. It's does not have the DGG, guided missile, abbreviation. It's very strong though, for extremely long range. 25, so this is the one drawback I remember now. Very low anti-air and very high anti-air. So 19 versus 21, can we get away with 4 and 16 versus 6 and 24? I think we'll be okay with the Charles Adams. It's more of an escort. 61 versus 55, yeah. So the Charles F. Adams is, I think, just the clear. I'm not sure how clear, but at least to me. Oh, that's right, the range. We did look at these on camera, didn't we? Because I began to settle on the Gearing Fram just because the range is not so short. But that is just kind of, I do not like this speed 55. It's going to not be able to keep up with it, well, whatever it's escorting. Which certainly isn't good. Oh, they finally cleaned up the pocket here. Now this is just a one-way fight. These guys are out of supply. They can't do anything. Certainly is taking a long time, though, for them to die. Oh wow, they took keep. Okay, so never mind. This is so strange. The spring, the oscillation here is pretty absurd. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth we go. In other news, well, what else do we want to look at? We haven't been building that many aircraft lately. What about building like a helicopter or something? We did get some of these constellations. Yeah, 235, that's just insane. That gives you so much vision. Now, I think I started to talk about this in a previous video, but if my memory serves me correctly, I stopped talking about it. The way vision and detection works. So when you have 235, that doesn't mean you're going to detect everything 235 away. It means that you project your part of your like you have some certain value of detection that far away, and you'll probably be able to detect stuff which is like a 20. But as you get closer from your maximum, you detect more and more. And I can't remember if it's a flat rate, that it's like a certain amount of increase of visibility detection as you go closer, or if it's proportional, so like halfway is the same for everyone. I believe it's the former, which makes more sense as a gameplay mechanic, that something which can spot something at 235 away can spot pretty much anything at 30 away, versus, you know, something which can spot something at 40 away may not be able to spot that much more at like 4 away. Well, no, relative maybe does make sense. Okay, I eat my own words, my own example, used against me. High performance composites, let's check this out. Let's quickly divert the topic to something else. So high performance composites has 0 capable of being researched? Is that really true? I get nervous when there's no yellow ready to queue up. So the U2 Recon, I don't know. The one beyond this is the U2 like Dragon Lady or something like that. That's also not that good. I think we can go with the F-105B Thunder Chief. Very fast. Doesn't have that great of stats. Even though I was just saying how it's better than the other one. What are you? What are you? You're an interceptor. Pretty high. You do have an upgrade. I mean, pretty high air attack, but not very long range. Can't go very wrong by just producing a ranger. Okay, let's just do that. The rangers are... We'll probably want them in the future. It could happen that that's the case. Whoops. So D is apparently diplomatic exchange. And WASD doesn't work. Alright, so let's call this a video close here. I don't know how to direct the gameplay right now. What the hell? I just really want to destroy what we're looking at here. Man, some submarines would just make such short work of this whole group. Wow, they're disappearing. I think this is just the patrol. They're still there, but I'm losing vision of it. But yeah, okay, so anyways, thanks for watching this video. As I said, I just felt like I was kind of struggling to keep this one entertaining. I really enjoy just sitting here looking at this, but I don't mind just kind of sitting back in my chair and watching stuff develop. I don't really feel like that's as appropriate, so maybe I'll introduce this idea and let me know what you think about me possibly moving forward off camera a little bit of time while this war is going on until something interesting happens. So we could jump forward and then I can basically start recording again if something interesting happens, but until then, thanks for watching and take care.